Are you gonna be there? All right. Then there we go. Yes. I would fight him right now, but they want to wait till January, February. Let's make that happen. What you say?
I'm cooking you, bro.
Let's go, champ. You trying to be 3 weight?
Madison Square Garden? Might as well do it. Might as well do it at the Garden.
I'm already 3 weight.
26?
I'm already 3 weight.
But the weight, again, right? Don't forget, Teofimo's a big 140.
Yeah.
Shakur is probably a small 135, right? Or you know, not really a big 135.
Yeah.
Teofimo's talking about going to 147. So you have a big size disadvantage going into that fight.
Eddie Hearn initiated the debate that has been reverberating all across the boxing discussions when he indicated that Shakur Stevenson would be relinquishing a significant size edge should he enter the ring with Teofimo Lopez.
But someone like Shakur is only going to get beat when he moves up and loses his advantage necessarily against a much bigger and stronger guy.
Yeah.
But I think that's a fiddly fight, don't you? I mean, I don't expect it to be this firefight.
Yeah.
I think Teofimo's very awkward and Shakur's very smart, and I don't know.
Eddie Hearn shared his honest take on Shakur Stevenson's skill level while discussing a potential fight between Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. He acknowledged that the matchup might be uncertain in terms of excitement, but made it clear that Shakur's fight intelligence ranks among the best in the sport. He said, "I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is again like pound for pound IQ-wise. I think he's even up there with Terrence and those kinds of guys." The hype of a potential Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight has been building every day. Both of the men are young heroes who have something to prove not only to the world, but to their own selves. In this case, the competition is not based on ill will, it is a product of ego. Ade Oladipo was excited about the fight, referring to it as a super fight of a super fight between two of the best talents of this age. He stated that, after conversing with Shakur Stevenson, it was apparent that Shakur was not even having problems with his weight group in the first place, but his choice to go up to this group made this confrontation even more interesting.
Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, and negotiations making progress for January. What a fight this is. It's a super fight. It's a super fight. It's interesting because every time I've spoken to Shakur about moving up in weight, he's always said, look, I'm good at 135. I think he understands that these guys at 140 are just a lot bigger.
Oladipo has complimented the two men, saying that Teofimo Lopez was the most explosive 140-pound fighter with a tremendous punch, and that Shakur is a master of technique, calm, and confidence in his ability to outbox any opponent who stood before him.
Teofimo Lopez has spoken about going to 147, so that's how big Teofimo Lopez is. But yeah, this is a really good fight, really good. I think you'd have to edge to Teo. It's his weight class. Like, Teo's the best at 140. This is his weight class. Although Shakur's unbeaten, this is Teo's division. So I'm edging to Teo ever so slightly, but Shakur's special. I think we saw that in his last performance. Like, if he wants to stand there and trade, he can do that. He wants to outbox you, he can do that as well. And he has super confidence in his abilities.
Stevenson has established himself as one of the freshest defensive-minded men in the game, a fighter who is accurate and timely, much like Floyd Mayweather in his youth. On the other hand, Lopez has developed his reputation for explosiveness, aggressiveness, and grabbing a fight in a single second. Eddie Hearn explained what he meant by his previous comments on the Shakur Stevenson style. He stressed that Shakur may not have a knockout punch, but his defense acuity and technical accuracy made him one of the best fighters in the industry. Hearn lauded Stevenson for how he mastered the basics and called him a phenomenal technician.
Defensive, I think that's a bit harsh on Shakur, but he's not a huge puncher, but defensively and skill-wise, he's right up there.
He's a real technical fighter.
Oh, phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Difference with Boots is, skill-wise, he's got that, but he can also, like I said, he can turn your lights out, and you'll see that more and more as he goes up the division.
Eddie Hearn proceeded to give his personal assessment of Teofimo Lopez, both admitting his skill and lack of consistency. He noted that even though Lopez defeated Lomachenko, this made him respectable, but there were doubts out there he could show the best performance at all times.
I think the jury's still out a little bit on Teofimo. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, you have to respect him because he beat Loma, you know, but I don't know.
He's an excellent fighter.
He's an excellent fighter. Yeah, he's an excellent fighter, but
He didn't cut the ring off from Barboza?
You know, a lot of people give Shakur the edge in that fight. But do you think it depends on what Teofimo shows up?
Yeah, it always depends on what Teofimo shows up. I think Shakur beats him.
It has been a stylish match that attracts fans to this matchup. It is the archetypal rivalry of a planned strategist and an erratic puncher. Shakur Stevenson dances with a beat that has the best of experienced opponents bewildered. His defense is oily, his counters are scalpels, and his coolness under fire is unsurpassed. But O'Shaquie Foster, who had shared the ring along with Shakur Stevenson in sparring, provided a first-hand evaluation of his combativeness. He expounded that Shakur liked to dictate the rhythm by being the most athletic and the most dominant personality in the ring, but when he was confronted with opponents to his equal or better in athleticism, he could get in trouble. As Foster noted, Shakur was a right-hander but a southpaw, which meant that he tended to depend a lot on timing and jab.
Shakur, he likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Shakur kinda, he's a right-hander fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meeting guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder.
O'Shaquie Foster went on to elaborate on his technical perception of the style of Shakur Stevenson. He described that although Shakur could use his left hand sharply, he seldom had to employ it to injure and prevent opponents, which would be a disadvantage against a more physically aggressive opponent. In dealing with an opponent of the caliber of Teofimo Lopez, Foster thought that Shakur would have to rely equally on both hands to deal with the pressure and power.
You've seen him throw it, but you've never seen him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys, that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a bad style matchup for him. I see Teofimo beating him.
Wow. Lopez, on the contrary, lives in anarchy. He prefers to get fighters into a duel on the basis of his instincts and his belief in his strength. On letting go of his hands, the energy in the ring varies. Each punch is an insult, each combination is a declaration.
Let's make that happen. What you say?
I'm cooking you, bro.
Let's go, champ. You trying to be 3 weight?
Madison Square Garden? Might as well do it. Might as well do it at the Garden.
I'm already 3 weight.
26?
I'm already 3 weight.
3 weight?
I'm gonna be 4 weight.
Okay.
4 weight.
You gonna try?
I'm going to be 4 weight.
You can try. Sure.
Shakur Stevenson then hit back at Teofimo Lopez on hearing his latest remarks, and therefore, it is obvious that he was not going to give up on any challenge. The Newark native felt offended by what Teofimo said.
I'm a little guy, so I'm chilling at 135, but I would love to fight Teo. I think Teo talk a lot of shit. And he think he's that good, so I would love to get in the ring with Teo.
And publicly confronted him to prove the words he said. In a meeting at the Ring Magazine table, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez lobbed verbal insults at each other, and they demonstrated how tangible their rivalry had become. The misunderstanding was the point of contention between the two, with Shakur saying he was actually on the side of Teofimo during his previous fight, and Teofimo appeared doubtful.
You said that I was cheering against you when you fought
Bud talking.
No, you mistake me.
Talking.
You mistake me for
But
Bud.
that's but
I was cheering for you, bro.
Who you?
I was cheering for you.
You were?
Yeah, for sure.
I bet.
I wanted you to win so I could be the person who beat you.
What's the issue between you and Bud?
For sure.
I'm gonna give you your first loss.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I promise you not.
All right, bet.
Y'all being too nice up here.
What began as an explanation was soon turned into a verbal cross-firing contest, with both men holding their ground and stating that they were going to resolve the issue in the ring. The Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez feud was further fueled when the two rivals kept exchanging words on what was going to happen whenever they finally met in the ring. It was made quite clear by them that it was not going to be a pleasant sparring match, but a full-scale battle for supremacy.
One of two things always happens. Either it's a sparring session or it's brutal.
This ain't gonna be no sparring session. This is not gonna be no sparring session.
What's it gonna be?
He's coming to win. I'm coming to win. I guarantee you that.
I'm coming to conquer.
You're not conquering shit.
Tell us.
You're not conquering
What is the issue between you and Bud Crawford?
One of the largest points of discussion is the size issue. Lopez has naturally gotten comfortable in the 140-pound division, whereas Stevenson is smaller by nature and has only been out of the featherweight and lightweight divisions most of his career. Raleigh Romero also expressed his opinion about the possibility of a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, saying that it would be a fight between two elite athletes of both having an Olympic background and becoming world champions in the higher division. He applauded lauded their achievements and their competitive nature by noting that they were both tested on the largest stages.
I think it's a great fight.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fight. You'll really see, because I mean, at the end of it, they're both Olympians. They're both multi-division world champions. Teo is an incredible fighter, and Shakur is an incredible fighter. Shakur has a really high boxing IQ and a very. Shakur coming out. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a good fight. I like to see it.
The flip side, however, is that Stevenson is accurate and that he has a higher ring IQ that would break Lopez's rhythm before he can even locate his range. It is a mental fight like a physical one, and that is what makes it so intriguing. The matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez would be interesting, as stated by Johnny Ortiz. He complimented both men on their respective strengths and the fact that Shakur had the single biggest weapon in the discipline and technical accuracy in the ring. Ortiz commented that Teofimo could be at an advantage in terms of athleticism, but Shakur could be able to dictate the fight using his patience, reach, and focus.
Definitely an interesting fight. I think one thing about Shakur, he's very disciplined when it comes to like in the ring technique style. Teo to me is a little bit more athletic. But Shakur got the length, and I believe he'll just beat him off of his discipline and lift. I can see Shakur, utilizing his jab, and basically, I don't know, Teo, when Teo has the right mindset, he's a monster. He's very athletic. He does stuff, but if I had to pick a winner, I'd probably edge it out Shakur.
Ortiz proceeded to describe that Teofimo Lopez was able to perform better against fighters who remained in front of him so he could utilize his timing and power. He, however, indicated that the sharpness, movement, and distance maintenance of Shakur Stevenson might be very tricky for Teofimo. Ortiz said that Shakur was unusually keen and hard-working and felt the innate strength and smooth movements of Teofimo.
If I had to give it, I'd edge it to Shakur, but it's definitely an interesting fight because one thing about Teo, he still got pop and he's very fluent and athletic. Sometimes when it comes to cutting the ring off and all that, he might struggle, but when it comes to like doing some like athletic things, like when it comes to I would say, reflexes and all that, yeah. Teo definitely got it. Sure.
The tension between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez had been brewing for months, but it truly flared up when Shakur took to social media, directly challenging Teofimo to make their long-talked-about fight a reality. Shakur's tweet came off confident and dire. He wasn't just calling Lopez out, he was putting pressure on him to back up his talk. Shakur tweeted, "I seen you say you want to fight me Teofimo Lopez. What's stopping it from happening next? And this ain't no bluff. Let's make boxing great again, Lil Teo." But Teofimo, known for his fiery personality and confidence, didn't hesitate to respond. He took Shakur's call out as a challenge to his pride and came back with a bold warning. A reminder that those who step up to him should tread carefully. Teofimo replied, "I'm going to repeat this, like I said to Barboza. Be careful what you ask for." Personality-wise, the two could not be any more different. Shakur is considered to be composed, organized, and can seldom lose his temper. He is self-possessed, without arrogance, yet with confidence. He does not have to talk much, just speak through his performances.
So, until the fight done, I ain't really got too much to say on it, but that's a fight I want, so Teo, let's do it.
You feel confident, though?
I know I'm going to win, for sure.
You think?
Lopez, in his turn, is an emotionalist. He lives on power, be it fans or critics. He is fierce, blunt, and crude. The fire makes him motivated, yet may act against him when he becomes frustrated. The conflict of personalities would only contribute to the situation within the ring. Paulie Malignaggi praised both Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez for showing real courage and ambition by taking on such a high-stakes matchup. He said fights like this remind fans what boxing is truly about. Two elite fighters daring to test themselves against the best.
You never know with Teo. I can't give you my take that Teo's definitely going to fight. I can't, because anything's going to happen. But I think Shakur would want it. If you tell me if it's based on Shakur wanting it or not, I'll say, all right, this is going to happen, because Shakur Stevenson has been wanting the big fights. He's been wanting the big names already. Not that Teo doesn't, but Teo flies off the handle. If he doesn't take a fight, it's because he flew off the handle. I don't know, so I can't predict which way he's going to go. But I like the fight.
Paulie credited both men for stepping out of their comfort zones, proving they're not afraid to risk their records in pursuit of greatness. He admired Shakur's technical brilliance and Teofimo's explosive style, calling the potential bout a perfect clash of skill and power between two young champions determined to leave their mark on the sport.
I just don't like that, somebody's going to have to get criticized while other guys in this weight class fight Uber drivers and get nothing but praise. So that's the only thing I that scares me here, because these are two such good fighters that regardless, the fact that they fight each other should be a credit to them and the sport.
The two fighters that remain, when you take away the talk, are the embodiments of boxing. Stevenson is a workman, an artist of technique and accuracy. Lopez is a warrior, a man who is dependent on timing, confidence, and explosiveness. They are a combination that comprises the beauty of this sport, the conflict of style, spirit, and will. Lamont Roach shared his prediction for the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez fight, expressing confidence that Shakur would come out on top. He acknowledged that Teofimo might make the fight competitive, but ultimately believed Shakur's technical skill and composure would allow him to control the bout. Roach said that while it might not be a completely one-sided fight, it wouldn't be too difficult for Shakur either, given his discipline and defensive sharpness inside the ring.
That fight got signed?
I don't know if it's signed yet, but we're curious.
I think Shakur beats Teo.
You think Shakur beats Teo quickly, fast? Is it something easy? Is it going to be a decision?
It might be a little challenging. But I don't really see it like being too challenging for him.
This fight will occur at the lightweight or super lightweight division, yet the demand is confirmed. The fans desire it, the media desires it, and deep within, both fighters know that they need it. Not about belts or money, but about the right to refer himself as the best. And at a time when the biggest names in the boxing world make the effort to avoid hitting one another, a Stevenson versus Lopez match would also serve a purpose in reminding the world of what real competition should be like. After Terrence Crawford's post-fight interview, tensions erupted when Teofimo Lopez unexpectedly showed up and came face-to-face with Shakur Stevenson. The moment quickly turned intense as Shakur confronted Teofimo, pressing him over his recent comments and making it clear that their unfinished business needed to be settled in the ring.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, Bud! No. Hey, congratulations. I just asked one thing. From like the 10 to 16 months that you were, taking care of family and everything, did that help you prepare for big fights like this? Definitely. Absolutely. All right. That's all I want to ask. Congrats, yo. What's up, champ? Absolutely. Wait.
The scene drew massive attention from fans and media as both fighters exchanged heated words in front of the cameras, adding more fuel to one of boxing's most talked about rivalries.
Are you gonna be there? All right. Then there we go. Yes. I would fight him right now, but they want to wait till January, February.
Hey, beat up right now, but is you gonna sign a contract?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Hey, well, there you go, man.
At one point, Shakur Stevenson made it apparent that he was annoyed by Teofimo Lopez's incessant trash talk, saying that while he was prepared to fight at any time, he just wanted the pointless conversation to end. He made it clear that although he valued competition and the sport, he didn't like the disrespect that was shown outside of the ring. Shakur clarified that the two could just settle it in the ring if Teofimo really wanted to prove himself.
Everybody's saying they wouldn't fight him, but I'll fight his ass. I don't mind. I'll whoop his ass. I wouldn't even say these type of things to like somebody like Teal, but he just constantly got something to say to me, like, bro, get off my, like, plain and simple, bro, get off, bro, go about your business, bro. If you want to fight me, we can fight. If it ain't that, what are you talking about me for? Why you always got my name in your mouth, bro?
And there you have it. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson are on fire. What began as a few words on the internet has now grown into a storm that has the potential to rock the boxing world as a whole. Both young champions are bold, proud, and eager to establish who is the real leader of the division. But who will be more disciplined or explosive when that bell rings? Will Teofimo's athletic fire be extinguished by Shakur's accuracy? Or will the takeover silence the skeptics once more? Who will win this one? And how? Share your predictions below. This story is far from over, so remember to like, subscribe, and keep checking back.